We have a political podcaster joining us right now. He writes a column about Canadian politics, and he's 15 years old. Joining us now on Zoom. You know him, you love him, you see him grow up on this show. Wyatt Sharpe, he is live from the U.S. presidential debates in Atlanta, taking place tomorrow. Good morning, Wyatt.
Good morning. Thanks so much.
Wyatt, we're so happy to have you with us today. And I'm wondering just about that process to get accredited to be at the U.S. debates. What did that look like?
I mean, it was certainly very lengthy, and I think a lot of people were looking at the fact that I was accredited and the fact that I was, the youngest person there to be accredited as something that wasn't necessarily a barrier, so to speak. I was a little bit nervous at first because sometimes, applying to different political events or political conferences or what have you, and then, when I tell them I'm 15, sometimes that can be a little bit of a deal breaker. So for something as big a scale as the presidential debate, I was certainly thinking that that was possibly going to be the case, but most definitely was not. And here we are in Atlanta. It's going to be an interesting night tomorrow night. And we've been kind of walking around, talking to some people, just getting the mood here as to how people are kind of feeling. And certainly people are excited. I mean, obviously, it's two very well-known people politically in the United States right now. Perhaps not very well liked, so to speak. I mean, the polls show that the majority of Americans are not very fond of either one of them. And so a lot of Americans probably going to be tuning in tomorrow night to try and, get a sense of which party they want to go, or as one person told me yesterday, forcing people to kind of decide between the lesser of two evils.
And Wyatt, as you've been speaking just now, we've been seeing video of you over the years, really growing up, talking to all of the political leaders. What made you want to get into politics so young, and who is still on your bucket list to interview?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if we look at when I first got started, it actually, was from very kind of small ventures. I was on BT in, I think, January of 2021 now for a little sidewalk that I wanted to get in my little small town and community. And then it's kind of extended past that to interviewing different people through starting my show. And I think it was all kind of just based off of a general curiosity for really what's happening in kind of the world around us, over the course of the pandemic, as an example, seeing various lawmakers, various, medical professionals on television, as an example, giving their advice, and then just it kind of sparking questions, within me. And so, and then if we're talking about kind of dream interviews, obviously we're here at the debate, and two of the, again, most notable people right now politically are here, Joe Biden and Donald Trump, and I think everyone kind of has a lot of questions for them. So they would certainly be up there. But if we're looking just at a list kind of in general, Jacinda Ardern, who was the Prime Minister of New Zealand for a short time, is someone who I've wanted to speak with. And then, of course, there's a number of other examples as well, as I'm sure any journalist would probably have.
Very cool. Okay, so I got to ask you this. You've been reporting, you started way earlier than we did.
Yeah, that's for sure, yeah.
What are the future goals? Like, is it to stay in a correspondent role? Is it to anchor something? Is it to run the country? Because you're a Canadian kid, and I'm wondering, like, do you see a political future for yourself?
I think I said this last time I was on BT too, is like, I think the political realm kind of revolves around drama. I would much rather cover the drama than be invested in it myself. But I mean, with where the news industry is headed, whether it be in Canada or in the United States, like, the nice thing is you can kind of do it all, so to speak, or perhaps that's a bad thing, depending on your opinion of it. But you can anchor, you can do reports, you can, produce your own show. And so that's really what I've been doing over the course of the past few years with kind of my venture on YouTube and such. And so, being able to extend that and continuing to do that, in a professional setting in, the coming years and months would definitely be something of interest.
Well, you are one to watch for sure, Wyatt, and we wish you all the best there tomorrow night. It is going to be intense, as you say. It wasn't necessarily going to happen, and now it is, and there you are. So congrats on everything so far. And where can people follow you online? You said YouTube. You got a podcast?
You bet, yeah. Just Wyatt Sharpe on every platform.
Amazing, Wyatt. Have a great time, and thanks for joining us. And Mare and I are with you. We like to watch the drama, not be the drama.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're in the right spot for it. Thank you so much, Wyatt.
Thank you.
Oh. Wyatt Sharpe over the years. I
So
just think that's so
cool.
cool. What a great kid.
Jagmeet
Yeah.
Singh, Jon
Right?
Stewart, like
Yeah.
the whole lineup of people he's spoken to. So that's amazing.
Yeah, it's great to see the youth like that involved in that way. It's inspiring for sure. Lots more coming up on this show. If you are looking for unique catering experiences
Well, I
this
am,
summer,
as a matter of
Are you
fact.
Tracy
Yes, I
Moore? Well,
am.
make sure you tune in to BT Next because Provisions Catering and Events is coming up at 7:40. Our very own Jessica Finetta will be live on location with more about this sustainable company. Love that.